Hey guys, my name is Louis Barney Katz, and I am going to start over. Let's try it again. Hi, I'm Louis Barney Katz, and I'm applying for the... Let's try it again. What position is this? I know it's a radio position. Let's see. All right, let's do this. Hi, I'm Louis Barney Katz, and I'm applying to be Assistant Program Director at KAWO, which is WOW Country or KWOW. I should figure that out. Hi, I'm Louis Barney Katz, and I'm applying to be Assistant Program Director at WOW Country 104.3. You're probably asking yourselves, or maybe not yet, why would some old guy, 64 years old, be applying for a radio gig with no radio experience? I've always wanted to be on the radio. Since the time I walked into the offices of K-Tide back in Santa Barbara, maybe 45 years ago, I was young and foolish, and I took no for an answer, and I didn't try again. But over the years, I've owned my own IT business. I've delivered keynote speeches. I even worked in a credit union for a little bit. We don't need to talk about that. But let's see what else. So yeah, okay. So let's get that out of the way. No previous radio experience, but I am a storyteller and a stand-up comic. I've been doing that, oh my gosh, 2 years, 2.5 years. Okay, maybe not that long. People like me though. And I think that would make me a great candidate for WOW Country. I also got this hat, very country. It's actually a Bob Dylan inspired gambler hat. Now, you did say you wanted a story either that's funny or moving. I think this one's both, because it's about really when my wife and I moved to Boise over 2 years ago. That first winter hit, and we came here from Southern California where it doesn't get cold. And that first winter, it felt cold to us. And so what do? Well, you got to go out and get a hot chocolate. Okay. So we went everywhere. We tried hot chocolate in a dozen different places, and none of them was any good. So what I'm going to share with you today, maybe it's not funny and maybe it's not moving, but it's a story of my Some Like It Hot chocolate workshop that I'm going to do for William Sonoma, maybe, or somebody else, whoever will have it. And so we couldn't find a decent hot chocolate. And so I did what normal people do. I made my own. Now, I don't like it. I don't like hot chocolate in a pouch, and probably you don't either. So what you got to do is you get yourself, it's called a chocolatera. And it's what it is. It's a fancy name for a saucepan with a handle on it. And you'd I like to put 500 milliliters of milk in it, which is kind of a lot. That's about 2 cups. And I mean, sometimes I drink the whole thing. Sometimes I share it with my wife, but sometimes she doesn't want it. And so you take that 500 milliliters of milk and you warm it up on the stove. And meanwhile, you take, let's see, how many tablespoons? 2.5 tablespoons of Dutch cocoa powder, like Guitard or Gitard, I don't know how you pronounce it. The red rouge, right? That's French. and you put that in a mixing bowl, and then you take a teaspoon of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of sweetened condensed milk, and you mix it all together. Now, I like to add a pinch of salt and a teaspoon of vanilla and maybe between an eighth and a quarter teaspoon of orange extract. You add that in and you mix it all up. And what you end up with is kind of a chocolate paste. Now, meanwhile, did you start your 500 milliliters of milk on the stove? Because you should do that. And you get that up to about 130, 140. So you need a thermometer, and not the kind that you stick up in your mouth when you think you have a fever, like a probe thermometer. And anyway, once you hit 130 to 140, add the chocolate mix, smush it all together, and keep stirring it so it doesn't burn. And use a whisk. Don't try it with a metal spoon or you'll burn your fingers. Anyway, that was probably a stupid story to include, but well, I left the credit union maybe 3 weeks ago. They didn't like my Christmas show that I did for the city of Middleton. It was called, what was it called? It was called Put Your Clothes On, You're in Middleton Now. And it's about the truckers driving naked through Middleton. I stretched the truth on that one because they weren't driving naked. Okay, the controversy is that they're zipping through town with their loads uncovered, and the rocks are flying out and cracking people's windshields, and that's no good. But I didn't want to tell a story that would get people angry, and so I thought, well, what if I just twist it a little bit and talk about naked truckers? And it was a good show. I mean, Mayor Jackie loved it, and she was talking about it in line, as people were lining up for their Christmas lunch. And I thought, well, hey, I should post a link to the video to the credit union intranet. I figured this might lead to some storytelling gigs. Well, it didn't. What it led to is me here now trying to get a job on the radio with no prior experience. So whether you feel sorry for me or whether you're impressed with the story or whether you think there's something here that you can work with, I learn. I'm not going to say I learn quickly, but I do learn. And, well, sometimes quickly. I mean, especially if it's something fun, like what you're doing over there. All right, I'm going to cut it because it's probably already too long. I'm Louis Barney Katz. You can see more of me at lbkatz.com. That's L as in Lima, B as in Bravo, K as in Kilo, A as in Alpha, T as in Tango, Z as in Zulu.com. I'm on YouTube. I got a podcast, which is at podcast.lbkatz.com. And, hopefully we can work together because I think it'd be really fun, and I could do your events. I could be on the radio. I can help you with the programming, all that good stuff. Now I'm really going to stop. I appreciate your time, and let me know either way. Thank you.